We are back with another one. Now this one is a little bit different because I'm going to be talking about PvP. Taking a look at my stats here, you'll see that I have played a total of 468 games. Winning, 300 and something. Do stats like this really matter? No, not really. Does it matter how many people you've killed, how many times you've died? Not at all. What matters is your contribution to your team, because ultimately that would be the goal. The goal in any PvP game is to win, not about going for the kills. The main thing is that you are trying to help your team, and most of all, have fun. A video came out from Yogi, and I'll put a link to that in the top right corner, so you guys can go and check that out. It's a video discussing the changes or what could be done to improve PvP. It also talks about the differences between the mobile being on mobile and being on PC. Now, do PC gain an advantage over mobile? Absolutely. It definitely does. I have a higher capability to flank, which is something that mobile wouldn't be able to do at the same. Not saying that people on mobile can't be good, can't get good at PvP, because there are PvP players who are mobile only and are amazing. So you can, but it does take a lot more practice, and because of the visual range between PC and mobile, that also would affect it as well. So PC does definitely have the advantage over top of mobile when it comes to PvP. There's really no way of being able to improve that in any way. None that I know of anyways, because it is a cross-platform game. There are other cross-platform games that suffer from the same thing as well. I mean, Fortnite is a perfect example. If you play on console and you go up against a PC player, the PC player has a higher chance of, winning in a battle simply because they're on PC. Now, in Yogi's video, he talked about some of the solutions to fixing PvP or to improving it, making it more balanced and whatnot. Now, a major problem with PvP that I've seen a lot of people, and I've spoken with Yogi about this, I've seen a lot of comments when people are talking about PvP, they always go up against pre-made teams and they talk about how unfair it is because they get absolutely slaughtered. Now, I am guilty of running on with pre-made teams as well. In fact, that's the majority of how I did PvP is with pre-made teams, because I do have friends that are very good at PvP and I enjoy playing with them. PvP for me has always been team focused. So pre-mades over randoms do have an advantage. However, not saying that randoms cannot beat. If you are running a solo queue, it doesn't mean that you can't win a game against the pre-mades. It just means you're going to be having to work 10 times harder to achieve that. Now, my original solution was something different from what Yogi had suggested, but after talking with Yogi, I've changed my mind to something else. So my first solution was that instead of allowing 5-man pre-made teams, was to eliminate the 5-man team to have it capped out at 2-man or maybe 3-man. So that way there would be 2 randoms on each team. So if you grouped up, you wouldn't be able to group beyond 3 people. And then that way it would be more fair. You would have 2 randoms, so then you wouldn't be going up against a full 5-man team. So this was my original solution. However, after talking with Yogi, the best thing that we had discussed was to enable it in such a way that if you were in a 5-man team, you would be queued up with a 5-man team. So that way 5 randoms, 5 solos would not be queuing up against a pre-made team. This is essentially, the way that it could work. What it would also do was it would be the same. So let's say if I was queuing up with just an individual, just me and King Werepirate were queuing up, then we would be placed up against a 2-man team, and then the rest would be filled with solos. This would be how it could work. Same with trios and quads. This could potentially work. Now, the problem that I could potentially see with this issue is that it's a small player base. So the workaround for this would be let's say if the 5-man team was to queue up, but there isn't any other current 5-man team available, it would queue you with a 4-man team, and then 1 random. So then this way you're still able to queue up quicker than having to wait for a 5-man team, this would be another option. Now, if something like this is completely impossible, then the only other option between that would be to have instances or like lobbies, quote, quote, for pre-mades only and then solos only. One of the biggest complaints I do see is people going up against these pre-mades. But see, people who are in pre-mades want to be with their friends. Some of these guilds are dedicated to that. So it would suck to have to remove that aspect of it, because then it'd be like, what are PvP guilds for then if you can't group with your friends? That would be really sucky for them. So this way, you'd still be able to pre-made, but you'd be put up against pre-mades, so it'd be more fair for the solos or for the people with the lower queues and whatnot. That might, be the best option. But anyways, that is the suggestion that we had talked about, and I thought, that would actually be a good way of working around, possibly a solution to at least one of the issues that was discussed in Yogi's video. Do you guys play PvP? What suggestions would you have to improve it if the devs could do something about it? What would you like to see? If there was only one thing the devs could do about PvP, what would you like to see in it? Let me know in the comments below. That is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Keep those swords swinging.